Hello, everyone. My name is David Huff, and I am 47 years old. I am married with two young children, ages of 5 and 3, but I also have three older children from a previous marriage. Their ages are 20, 18, and 15, so I stay pretty busy these days. And then when you calculate in the fact that I'm going to school at least 3/4 time now and working a full time job, my hands are pretty full right now. Uh, Kind of give a quick little background about me, and I'll just sum it up really quickly. I gave my life back to God about 7 years ago. Up until then, for about 30 years, I pretty much ran about as far away from God as you could get. Uh, I was a Satanist for a little while, and then eventually I turned atheist. There's a whole lot more to this story, but I'll just kind of sum it up with that and end it there. I love to laugh and smile, and if there's one thing that the people around me can say more than anything, and that is probably that I keep everybody around me smiling and laughing. It's a gift that God has given me, and I use it just about every single day. It changes the atmosphere when you can take somebody and watch them walk into where you work at and they're in a bad mood, and by the time that they leave they're smiling and they've forgotten about the problem that they walked in the door with. It's a true gift from God, and it's something that I really enjoy, and I get as much from it as everybody else does, because when I'm able to watch somebody, lay their problems to the side for just a few minutes, it really brings a lot of joy into my heart as well. I work in the restaurant industry, and for the most part, I enjoy my job. I have the opportunity to touch many lives there, and I get the opportunity to hear many backgrounds and many different things. Anytime that you're dealing with the general public, it can get kind of crazy at moments, but for the most part, I really enjoy working with the general public. It's something that you have to definitely be grant or gifted with. As far as the next questions, wherever my list went to, as far as the next questions about what does it mean to be a Christian leader, and what is the difference between leadership and Christian leadership? Well, I can kind of lump those two together. As far as leadership goes, and that this is as of my thinking as of this moment. I don't think that there's really a whole lot of difference in leadership wise, whether we are Christian or non-Christian. I think that where the big difference comes in is us as Christians, we treat people a lot different than non-Christians do. As I was saying, I've been in the restaurant industry for about 13 years now. I started at the very bottom. I've been at the very top of the ladder, and right now in these days, I kind of fall in between, but I am in a leadership position where I work at, and I've watched through the years how my leadership skills have changed, whether when I was non-Christian and now that I am Christian. And there's a big difference in the way that I treat people and I lead others. The actual definition of leadership itself doesn't change, but it's the way that we treat people. And I think that the biggest thing for me is, I want to treat others the way that I want to be treated. I don't want to be screamed at. I don't want to be yelled at or, inappropriate language or whatever around me. And I treat those around me the same way. As far as Bible verses go on leadership, there's a ton of them, but I picked out three that really stand out to me more than any. And the first one is 1 Timothy 3:2. Therefore, an overseer must be above reproach, the husband of one wife, sober-minded, self-controlled, respectable, hospitable, able to teach. And I think that the key part to leadership right there is found in the end. We have to be able to be taught. And if we're not able to be taught, then, we're hurting ourselves. Hebrews 13:7, remember your leaders, those who spoke to you the word of God. Consider the outcome of their way of life and imitate their faith. It's been said many a times, people will watch us as Christians and learn the way that we live and how we do things before they ever even talk to us. And this is a perfect verse that I think goes perfectly with leadership because, us as leaders, whether we are a leader in the secular world or a leader in the church, people are watching us and they're looking at the way we handle difficult things and everything else. And, they want to see how we react to it. And if our life is not matching, what we are doing, then they're not going to really want to know any more about us. In Luke 6:31, treat others the same way you want them to treat you. As far as any questions about Christian leadership right now, as of this moment, I really don't have a whole lot of questions, but I would like to gather a deeper meaning of what leadership in itself is, especially Christian leadership. I would like to see find a deeper meaning to that because the definitions change, according to each and every person. And, I would just like to learn a little bit more about it myself. This is my first ever YouTube video, so I'm hoping that, I did things right. Really kind of nervous with this, and it's kind of weird because I've done many Facebook lives and other things throughout the years. I've been told many a times that I have a gift to be able to talk and to be able to get people to understand easier. So I've done Facebook lives throughout the years, but this is the first YouTube video I've ever done, so I'm hoping that I did it right. I look forward to the next 7 weeks and what I will learn not only from this class but also watching my fellow peers as well, because I believe that every one of us are teachable, or else we wouldn't be in this class taking it. Hope you all have a wonderful night. God bless. And I did forget a few things. I live in the wonderful state of Georgia, a little city called Calhoun. We're about halfway in between Chattanooga and Atlanta, and I'm going to be honest with you, I would much rather go to Chattanooga than Atlanta. I don't really like Atlanta that much, and I have never understood how 100 lanes of traffic can lock down, but that's for a different day and a different story. God bless you. I really appreciate you watching this video, and I really look forward to getting to know each and every one of you a little bit better. Thank you.